So you want to learn how to go from frog into handstand? Let me show you how. And later down in the video, I'm going to share with you guys my training program so that you can follow to unlock the skill. Let's go. Okay, before we get started with exercises, let's first talk about the prerequisites. First, you need to be able to hold the frog stand for about 10 seconds. That's super important because it's going to make it a little bit easier for you to get into this training. Second, you also need to be able to do about 10 pike push-ups. Because this is a press movement, it requires quite a bit of strength in your shoulders. So the pike push-up is one of the best exercises that will give you the opportunity to do that. So if you don't know how to do it, I'll leave a card up here so you can have a look as well on how to proceed and do the pike push-up. Third, you should be able to do 15 dips as well. It's a great exercise for your triceps, shoulders, and pecs. So that's also important. And lastly, I also recommend shoulder mobility exercises because it's very important to have that shoulder mobility to have a very straight handstand. Cool, now that we spoke about the prerequisites, also make sure, please, that you have warmed up your wrists and your shoulders. This exercise will put a lot of strain on your shoulders and your wrists. I have 2 videos dedicated exactly for that. In calisthenics, we do a lot of exercise that are mainly putting all your weight on top of your wrists and putting a lot of emphasis on your shoulders. So it's very important before your training session to be able to warm up your wrists and improve your mobility of your shoulders. Great, now that we've finished with all that explanation, let's get to the exercise, shall we? Okay, first you start with the frog stand, and what I'm showing here is ways to connect your knees on your arms. You can either put your knees on top of, at the lower bottom of your triceps, or what you can do as well is connect your knees to the side of the arms. I personally prefer the knees on the sides of the arms, but of course, whatever works for you best. And I also like to have my fingers pointing out to the outside. Some people like to have the fingers pointing in front. Also, another very important point is to protract your scapula. Make sure to do that before getting into the actual hold. Protect your scapula and then lift yourself up. And now that we are able to hold ourselves in the frog stand for 10 seconds, even better 20 seconds, we can add some dynamic movement to it. As you can see here, I'm doing this very slightly push-up, put it away, to simulate the push that you need to do to get into the handstand. Another thing you can do is to get one of your knees out and disconnect from your arm. Get it out, hold for a few seconds, and then connect again on your arms, and then do that again with the other arm. And as you can see here, what I'm trying to do is to make it a little more difficult. What I'm doing here is disconnecting my knee and extending the entire leg. Hold for a few seconds and then do that with the other leg. Next, we follow to negatives, frog stand negatives. Basically, what we want to do is to disconnect both of your knees from your arms and very slowly, very controlled, lower yourself down to the floor. Negatives are great to build neuromuscular connections, so please make sure to add those to your training routine. The next exercise is called the tuck Yad Hold. This term was coined by Yad Mohammed, who's got a very cool video on the frog stand to handstand. I will leave a link to his video in the description because it's a very good video. But anyways, so the idea here is simply to disconnect both your knees from your arm and hold. Hold for 3 seconds. When you're good at it, hold for 5 seconds, 10 seconds. You want to be able to hold this position for at least 10 seconds. And here we are with my feared exercises, the handstand push-ups. These are quite hard and honestly not exactly necessary for the frog to handstand, but I think it builds some really raw shoulder strength. So I really recommend doing that. If you can't do it, you can play with the range of motion. As you could see there, in the beginning, I was not doing the push-up all the way down. And then when you're getting stronger, you can proceed to get your head all the way down on the floor and back up. And if the video is giving you any value, please guys, smash the like button to help YouTube to show this video to other people. Thank you so much. And we're finally here, frog to handstand. The best way to approach this is rather than trying to go up really quickly into handstand, because you definitely lose balance this way, you want to focus on just staying in balance in your current position and just try to push up a little bit higher, very slowly, almost focusing more on keeping your balance than pushing. And one thing to emphasize is to keep the knees close together when you raise the hips, okay? You also might want to add a pillow under your head, just in case you fail. Hey guys, all right guys, I'm quite curious. Are you doing this training already knowing the handstand and already having a stable handstand, or you're using the frog stand into handstand to try to, get the handstand skill? I particularly don't have a very solid handstand. I started doing this exercise to get me into the handstand, and now finally I'm getting the hang of the handstand and being able to hold my free standing handstand for more time. So tell me in the comments below. I'm quite curious to know what you guys doing in that regard. And also, I promised you in the beginning of the video that I was going to share with you guys my training program for this particular skill, the frog to handstand. I'm leaving a link in the video description so that you can go to my website and get the document from there. It's free, you don't have to sign up to anything, it's all there. Just click and open the Excel sheet that I prepared, that I've been using to track my progress. And also on screen right now, I'm showing you guys the Skin the Cat, also known as German hang exercise. This is great exercise for lat strength and to improve your shoulder mobility. So if you're looking into having that very straight and beautiful handstand, not looking like a banana, the German hang or Skin the Cat is a great exercise to really open up your shoulders and really work on improving your shoulder flexibility. So if you're interested in the video, now that you're all warmed up and you have done your frog stand to handstand, why don't you follow me to the next video? I'll see you there.